Alright, so for 41 through 46, I actually had a typo here. That should be 46. I already made your copies and I wasn't going to recopy them. 41 through 46, use the given information to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. This is all Unit 4. And specifically, lessons, basically 4 through 9 is where we're at here. So we'll get started. 41, slope of 3/4 that goes through the point 12, negative 5. So to write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form, I need two things. I need the slope, and I need the y-intercept. I have the slope. It's 3/4. I don't have the y-intercept. I need to get that. So I use y equals mx plus b. I have my y. I have my slope. It's 3/4, right? The nice thing about the point is I have an x and I have a y that's on the line. So I can put 12 in for x and negative 5 in for y. And then look what's left. Just b. So now I can solve this equation for b, and I have b. So 3/4 times 12 is 3 times 12 is 36, divided by 4 is 9, plus b. Just subtract 9, and I get negative 14 equals b. Now I can write my equation. Y equals 3/4 x minus 14. 42. Same thing. Slope, y-intercept. Those are the two things I need. I don't have either one of them here, but I can find the slope using these points. If you remember, it's the difference in the y's, or subtract the y's, so 5 minus 11 over negative 1 minus negative 4. A lot of negatives. It's good to try not to take too many shortcuts because that's when mistakes happen. 5 minus 11 is negative 6. Negative 1 minus negative 4 is negative 1 plus 4, which is 3, and that reduces to negative 2, or negative 2 over 1. Now I have basically the same spot I was at in number 41. I have a slope, and I have actually 2 points. I'm going to choose one of them. I'll just choose this one. You could choose the other one, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to plug it into y equals mx plus b. So the slope was negative 2. X is negative 1. Y is 5 plus b. So 5 equals negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2 plus b. Subtract 2, I get b equals 3. So my equation is y equals negative 2x plus 3. 43, you can probably guess, same thing. You need the slope, you need the y-intercept. Parallel to that goes through that point. Well, if it's parallel, it has the same slope as this. So first we need to find the slope of this line. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 2x and get it into y equals mx plus b. Divide by negative 8. I get y equals, a negative divided by negative is a positive, and I can reduce that, so it's positive 1/4 x minus 3. So the slope of that line is 1/4. The slope of the parallel line has to be the same, so it's also 1/4. So that's the slope I'm going to use for my line. The y-intercept, a lot of people think it's negative 3. It's not. That's the y-intercept of that line. But I don't want the y-intercept of that line. I want the y-intercept of the line that goes through this point. So now I got to go do what we've been doing for the last two problems. Slope is 1/4. X is negative 8 plus b, and y is 1. So 1 equals 1 times negative 8. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. Plus b, I'm going to add 2. I get 3 equals b. Positive 3, not negative 3. So my equation is y equals 1/4 x plus 3. Okay, 44, same thing. Slope, y-intercept. Nice thing here is I gave you the y-intercept. Y-intercept is b, right? That's b. It's negative 4. I don't have the slope though. Okay? X-intercept of 3, let's write the coordinates of that. If it's the x-intercept of 3, that means it crosses the x-axis at 3, which means it has the coordinates 3, 0. The y-intercept crosses the y-axis at negative 4, so that means the x-coordinate is 0. Now I have 2 points, and I can find the slope like I did on number 42. Okay, so I'll just go this way. 0 minus negative 4. Subtract the y's, and then subtract the x's in the same order. I started here, I got to start here. 3 minus 0. 0 minus negative 4 is 4. 3 minus 0 is 3. My slope is 4/3. So now I have everything I need. Y equals 4/3 x minus 4. From the table, surprise, surprise, slope, y-intercept. Next thing is, this is almost exactly like 42, but instead of having 2 points, I gave you 4. Okay? So I'm just going to choose 2 of them. I'll choose this one and this one. You could choose any 2, but I'll choose those 2. I'm going to write that down. -2, 6, and 4, 9. And now I'm going to do some work. 9 minus 6, 4 minus -2. 9 minus 6 is 3. 4 minus -2 is 4 plus 2, which is 6. That reduces to 1/2. And now you got your slope. You have 4 points to choose from. You can choose any of the 4. I will choose this one because nothing is negative. And I'm going to go y equals mx plus b. M is 1/2. X is 4. Y is 9 plus b. 1/2 of 4 is 2 plus b. Subtract 2. I get b equals 7. And there's my equation. Y equals 1/2 x plus 7. 46. Guess what? Find the slope, find the y-intercept. Surprise, surprise. This one's a little different than 43. A little different, but it's the same process. Perpendicular to this line. So I need to first find the slope of this line. So I'm going to subtract x. I get 3y equals -x plus 11. Divide by 3. We get y equals, and that's a -1, right? So that's -1/3 x plus 11 over 3. The slope of that line, which is all I really care about, is -1/3. This is the part that you got to know. The slope of the perpendicular line, and that upside down t means up perpendicular, is you flip the fraction, so it's 3 over 1, and it's the opposite sign. So instead of negative, it's positive 3 over 1, or just 3. And then you do exactly what we've been doing on all the previous 5 problems. You have your slope, you have a point. Slope is 3, x is 2, y is 7. So 7 equals 6 plus b. Subtract 6, I get b equals 1. So my equation is y equals 3x plus 1. Okay, hopefully you saw the similarities between all 6 of those problems. Okay, find slope, find y-intercept. The change comes when you how to find slope. If you find the slope, the y-intercept is all the same. Okay? 47 is from Unit 3. And it's just Lesson 3 again. So I'm going to just plug in -4 in for n and just get a y value, do it with 0, and do it with 5. So 2 times -4 plus 3, and then you got to remember to subtract 6 at the end. So I'm going to go through this order of operations wise. That's -8 plus 3. -8 plus 3 is -5. The absolute value of -5 is 5. 5 minus 6 is -1. So that's my first range value. Do it again with 0 this time. So 2 times 0 plus 3 minus 6. So 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 3. 0 plus 3 is just 3. Absolute value of 3 is just 3. 3 minus 6 is -3. That's my second range value. And my third one, just plug in 5. So absolute value of 2 times 5 plus 3 minus 6. So 10 plus 3 minus 6. 13 minus 6. Absolute value of 13 is 13. So 7. And that is the end of page 5.